What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. It's Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. It's hump day, folks. We're just one more day closer to Friday. And in this morning's episode, we're going to talk about why I have almost given away $600 in the last week, almost week and a half. Why you need to stop talking and let the customer respond. And why to never say these three things when offering value-added services to your clients. Are you ready? Let's go! But I think after I get back from AHR next week, are you going to be at AHR in Las Vegas? I hope you are. I hope I'll see you there. You can catch me at the ACIQ booth, where I've been invited to speak and represent the amazing brand ACIQ. It's amazing, amazing. And I'm looking forward to dinner with the owner of ACIQ on Monday evening. I can't wait. I just hope I don't get snowed in. Another storm is expected here in the New York metropolitan area on Sunday. My flight is at 7:30 in the evening. Oh, come on. I want to go to ACIQ. I want to go to ACIQ. I want to meet the man, the owner, the myth, the legend. Can't wait to meet him. And I can't wait to live stream there as well. But back to maintenance agreement, folks. You know, you may be asking yourself, Mikey Pipes, why are you shoving these maintenance plans down your clients' throats? Well, we're not really shoving it down their throats, but we're educating, and then we're asking them to sign up. That way we can make them the priority. Now, let's keep all bullshit aside. Clients on your maintenance plans get treated better. And that's the truth. You know I ain't bullshitting. Let's stop pretending that every client relationship is the same. A maintenance agreement client, they get higher priority because they've invested in the relationship. They're not price shopping emergencies. They don't scream about trip charges. They want their system maintained and not bubblegum and duct taped together. Man, that's Sally sells seashell by the seashore, right? Peter Pepper. And no, Peter no longer works here, folks. He works for National Grid, and he's manning an excavator, digging holes. Who would have thought, Peter digging holes? What I really love about the maintenance agreements that we've been offering is that it literally saves homeowners money. It protects homeowners and property owners from emergency pricing. You know what costs real fucking money? Emergency calls and blizzards, heat waves and holidays. Well, maintenance plans, if we do our job right, they reduce breakdowns. And when something does fail, the customer is not starting from zero. It's not like there's no trip charges, emergency after hours fees, there's no gotcha invoice, there's no panic. Plus, there's one less thing we have to worry about if we go out on that service call, right? If we properly do a preventative maintenance in the spring on a customer's central air equipment, we know that the coil is going to be clean. We know that the capacity has just been tested less than a year ago, as long as they schedule that service call, which is the AHA, right? We know that the system has been looked over, no stone unturned, looked over with a fine-tooth comb. Facts, ladies and gentlemen, facts. So the key idea here is that it reduces financial shock to the end user. All right, I need to have a coffee. I'm a little parched. Nothing like a little espresso. A little pick-me-up in the morning. So, it's Wednesday, 28th, it's 6 a.m. on the dot. You know what happens at 6 a.m.? I log in online and I check all my bank balances. I make sure that the math is mathing. I make sure that what was processed yesterday is the amount that I'm going to receive today. I make sure that today's Wednesday, so Monday's credit card transactions are deposited this morning. And then I play a little game of let's move it around. I've said this before. There are 3 things that I do with incoming money. Okay, I put 10% here, 10% there, 10% there. Very facts, very, very facts. 10% for future expenditures, like a savings, right? But if I need to purchase something big, I don't got to borrow the money for it. So 10% of all incoming revenue gets put in one account where I'm going to call it the slush account. Another 10% goes to taxes, which is mostly, in my case, sales tax. But I have a great accountant, an exceptional accountant, who services clients up and down the East Coast. And he takes care of not only my personal income taxes and asset protection, things like that, but he takes care of all my business taxes. From not payroll tax, but sales tax, corporate taxes, what have you. The biggest benefit with having a real good accountant who knows the business, right, is that all the receipts from purchasing things, the tax that we paid on those things help offset the tax that we collect. So, the tax rate here is 8.625%, but if I bought this for $100, right, and I paid $8.62, 63 cents of tax on it, right? And then I sold this for, let's say, $200, and I collected $16 of taxes on that, right? Well, the state of New York is not getting $16. They're getting $16 minus the tax that I previously paid for it, and that's what my accountant does. His name is Daniel, and if you're looking for an accountant and you're somewhere on the East Coast, he does everything remotely. He logs into House Call Pro. He logs into QuickBooks. He takes care of everything. And I just pay him one low monthly fee for everything. I know that the 15th of the month, Ass and Associates, I kid you not, or Daniel Ass and Associates. Daniel and Ass. I don't know. His name is Daniel, right? He's a good guy. But if you're interested in his services, email me, Mike at MikeyPipes.com, and I will send you his information. But back to maintenance agreements. Maintenance agreements, let's just call this spade a spade. They're not sales. They create better clients, predictable schedules, less chaos, and for the team member, job security, right? When you develop those relationships with your clients, they're going to want you to come back in the future, okay? And they're not going to look elsewhere. And the easiest way to present this, especially with a new client. Now, when I walk into a new client, that reminds me, I got to order James's business cards. When I walk into if I walk into a homeowner's property owner's property, right? As I'm about to roll out the red carpet, or after I roll out the red carpet, hi, my name is Mike Dyack. I am a master plumber. Here's my card, and here's a magnet. Here's a sticker. Here's something. People love stickers. People love magnets. And I get a little smile, right? And a little laugh. You get them to take the edge out of, oh my God, the plumber's here. I'm about to get sodomized. That's what people think, that they're going to get ripped off. But when you break the ice right away, here's my card. Here's my title. Here's something just to remember me by besides my card. Here's a magnet. You can put it on your car. I want to see these on cars. But as I'm walking to the thermostat, because that's where I'm directing the service call to, if it's a heating or cooling service call, or we're talking about when's the last time a plumber was in the house to fix any kind of maintenance issue and things in the house, I was like, before we get started, I was like, Mr. Jones, just so you know, we do offer a maintenance plan. It waives future trip charges, gives priority service, and preferred pricing. Most of our customers are on it because it saves them money over the year. When's the last time you changed your thermostat batteries? You see how quickly I went from, I just offered a product that we promote, giving the opportunity to waive future trip charges, and it's all about keywords, right? I didn't say this trip charge, waive future trip charges, giving them priority service and preferred pricing, right? And then I say, listen, we have most of our customers are on it already, right? because it saves them money year after year. And then I didn't give them a chance to think. Now, some in the sales world, no, it's not sales, but it all is. You walk into someone's home, you're a car mechanic, whatever you're doing as a profession, you are selling yourself and your services. So don't get yourself twisted. But I see how I immediately went from making a product offer. I didn't give them a chance to speak. Don't need to respond. Unless they say, okay, I'll sign up for it, don't worry. I didn't give them a price. I could tell them $10,000 a month. Oh, whatever. But that's what I offer. It's about presentation. Okay? And the team here at Pipe Doctor Home Services, for every maintenance agreement client you sign up, you get 20. I got you for a 20. And at the end of every week, I think I said 200, but it's going to be 100. At the every week, as long as there's been 10 new additions on the active client roster for maintenance agreements, the one with the most amount of signups, get $100. And at the end of every month, I'm going to give probably, I don't know, maybe $400 or $500. I haven't figured out the math yet, but you have to incentivize them, all right? That's it, folks. It's Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it. I gave away total cash payout of $580 over the last week and almost a half. Because we didn't really start this on Monday. It started like on Tuesday afternoon to Wednesday of last week. But last week we sold 20. This week we are at 4, 5, we're at 9. 9, and it's Wednesday morning. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And I got something really special to share soon, maybe tomorrow. But make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Hit that notification bell to get post notifications when I drop a video. And the best thing you can do right now, folks, if you enjoy this content, a little less cursing, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm trying to just be more easy. I don't want to give myself a heart attack, right? But when I hit 2,000 active maintenance plans, you know where we're taking it to the next level. You already know. You already know. I keep seeing these ads on Fox News about Valencia in Florida. They got Fort Myers, they got Tampa, they're in Naples, they're in Boynton Beach, and it's gated 55 and over community living. Oh my God. I'm not there yet. I'm not even fucking 50. Oh, I cursed again. I'm sorry. Let me let's put $100 into the swear jar. Ah!